Welcome back. The Arab television market has exploded in both size and choice since the 1990s. There are now more than 450 free-to-air Arabic language channels, and more than 40 of them are devoted almost exclusively to music. The first generation of those channels was dominated by music videos produced in the West, featuring pop stars who had nothing to do with the Arab world. These days, Arabic music channels broadcast more and more videos produced in places like Beirut, Cairo, and Dubai, but many of the videos have a look and a feel that's definitely non-Arab. Now there's a new kid on the music television block looking to overturn the American influence on Arab airwaves. The Listening Post's Salah Qadar now on a music television venture that's both clever and controversial, in that it infuses Arab pop videos with Islamic values.
The singing contestant, the row of judges, the phone-in voting numbers. It could be just another Arab version of American Idol or the X Factor. But listen harder and look a little closer, and you'll find that this isn't just a rip-off of the talent competition format. This is Sawtak Wasil, Arabic for Your Voice is Heard, dubbed by the world's media Islamic Idol for its promotion of Islamic values.
If you look across the world, reality TV, particularly those which actually show any kind of musical talent, with the auditions, with the performance, it's a fantastic format.
It's simply a way to discover new talents. In every field, you have to have some kind of strategy to discover new talents so that you can feed this field.
Even in the Arab world, if you look at Superstar, which is the local version of Pop Idol, if you look at Star Academy, they've all been big hits because people like to see any unknown from the Arab world suddenly become a star. And here you have the phenomenon of actually trying to do it through an Islamic guise.
And it's this Islamic guise that's crucial to both the show, Sawtak Wasil, and the channel which broadcasts it. The satellite station called For Shabab, or For the Youth, is the brainchild of Egyptian media entrepreneur Ahmed Abu Heba. But this is an Arabic music channel with a difference.
The channel is really unique. We use the tools of the liberal channels to deliver the message of the conservative channels.
The youth that have grown up with MTV, all of the pop culture icons that they're familiar with from the West, started to feel that this type of media does not represent them 100%. On the other hand, you have the traditional media, which they still can identify with to a certain degree, but it still does not speak for them. And now they are speaking up and saying, we want more. We want media that speaks for us. We want popular culture that is our own.
Until now, Arab audiences have become accustomed to Arab music videos that bear a strong resemblance to America's MTV. But it's through For Shabab's own on-message music videos and contests that the network hopes it will convert viewers to a less westernized form of music television.
The kind of beauty of these shows is, one person, rather than the show itself or the actual channel, could be able to transcend that and actually connect with audiences of different ages.
I think the philosophy is really trying to find talent, trying to showcase talent in a channel and a medium that you would not feel conflicts with your values and what you believe in. They may not get that 100% right from the get-go, but it certainly is an attempt to do that.
Seeking to provide its audience with a mix of cultural familiarity and pop appeal, the network that is keen to listen to the tune of Islam is getting flack from all sides. While some conservative voices have shunned For Shabab's modern approach, some liberals have criticised the absence of women from the broadcasts.
Can we really celebrate or praise a show which still has that kind of distinction between men and women? Is that really what we want to be saying? Is that the message that we want to be getting out there to the young of the Arab world and Muslim worlds?
I don't think this is fair. Yeah, we can later on, we can make a special program for women, but I don't think that we can take women and men together. And of course, I know that our society is not ready yet to accept that, especially as a conservative society, and I'm not going to lose this society.
That show does not represent half of society, the female demographic. the show itself will evolve in that direction, or another show will come along that does accept both male and female contestants, and this will be a factor contributing to widening the appeal of that show.
I am not afraid to stand alone. If Allah's by my side.
And for bands like Native Deen, an American Muslim hip-hop outfit, and one of the first bands to be promoted by the channel, it's the ideal place to showcase their talents. But is it too niche?
I certainly think that any type of media, however conservative or secular it may be, will find its niche viewers. However, the question here is, what are we trying to create? Are we trying to create walled gardens where there's a tiny group of people who consume this media and contribute to it? Or are we really trying to really send positive messages to the world and to the Muslim community at large and reach mainstream appeal?
You do have this kind of tension between that modernity and that traditionalism. Can you necessarily bypass that simply by putting a kind of Muslim veneer on what is still a very kind of secular idea? If they try and kind of tone down their message too much, they end up like every other show. If they actually stay entirely committed to this kind of core niche message, then they'll never cross over.
But in the cutthroat business of TV ratings in the Arab world, audiences will decide quickly if Four Shabab's take on what is hip, youthful and Islamic really represents them.
More Global Village Voices now on music television in the Middle East.
Famous programs like Islamic Idol managed to speak with youth with a new modern speeches. This made it easy to reduce the gap between both liberal and conservative circles.
I'm not too comfortable with the way, the method of teaching Islamic values and principles through this show, as it is a show that is geared towards assessing and rating the individual on their singing and musical abilities.
Similar to Pop Idol, Islamic Idol appeals to a mass audience. I think that the younger generation of Muslims in the Middle East will be very interested. I think that the older generation of Muslims and the more conservative Muslims won't appreciate the way Islam has been associated with idolism, celebrities and music. But in saying that, music is a very good way to get the message across and to keep people interested in what you've got to say.
Finally, back in 2007, we aired a web video showing a bunch of Filipino jailbirds in their exercise yard doing their dance version of Thriller by the late Michael Jackson. It got a lot of attention, but it wasn't quite the breakout hit they had hoped for. Most of them are still in there. Well, they're back at it now, honing their message. This time they've chosen to perform a medley of songs by Queen. One of the tracks is I Want to Break Free. And if this doesn't work, they can always try Aretha Franklin's Rescue Me. We're leaving you, as always, with our web video of the week. And we'll see you next time at The Listening Post.